Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. This is episode number 533. Nice to have you here. Tonight we are going to be looking at a few devices that are going to help you keep those things charged that are going to be under the tree this year. So if you think about, any new electronic gizmos that you need to charge them up or add batteries to, we're going to show you how you can do that with some really great devices tonight.
Awesome, and here's what's coming up in the Category 5.tv newsroom. Google has released an AI toolkit for the Raspberry Pi. Thanks to new regulations, cell phone unlocking is now free in Canada. A ridiculously dangerous bug in macOS was fixed quickly, but unfortunately comes right back after a software update. And Facebook Messenger is coming to preteens. Should parents be concerned? Stick around. The full details are coming up later in the show.
This is Category 5 Technology TV.
Recordings are trusted only to solid-state drives by Kingston Technology. Revive your computer with improved performance and reliability over traditional hard drives with Kingston SSDs.
Category 5 TV streams live with Telestream Wirecast and Nimble Streamer. Tune in every week on Roku, Kodi, Plex, and other HLS video players. For local showtimes, visit Category5.tv.
Category5.tv is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Cat5.tv/TPN and the International Association of Internet Broadcasters, cat5.tv/IAIB.
Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you here. Don't know what you're talking about, chat room. Take two, take three. What are you on about? We've got this cool new feature here. If you're watching live on Wednesday nights, make sure you get into our chat room, Category 5 on Freenode. Hey, everybody, and hello to our chat room. Before we get really kind of kicked off tonight, just want to say that we really hope that all of our viewers in California are safe and doing well. We're thinking of all of you, and we would love to hear from you. Make sure you let us know that you're safe. We want to say hi to all of our new viewers, everyone who is watching in Southern California on KVVB TV. If you're watching on YouTube, on Roku, Kodi, Plex, any of the mediums that we are on, it's so nice to have you joining us. Thanks for being here.
How was your week?
My week?
Yeah.
It's been good. We're gearing up for Christmas season.
Yes.
The kids are getting excited. We've got the tree up. My son's birthday is November 25th. That's Liam, the littlest. So he just turned 7. And so we always wait until, really the day after his birthday to set up the tree and everything. So that's like our family thing. End
the same
of November,
with our oldest,
early December.
His is the 13th of November, so
yeah,
same deal.
Same kind of deal. Yeah, exactly. You don't want the two party decors to clash.
That's true.
You're having a Christmas-themed birthday party.
There you go, kiddo.
And ever.
Christmas theme with Star Wars.
Yes.
It works great together.
Christmas tree pinata.
I'm picturing Mr. Bean could pull it off.
Yes.
Somehow he could.
How was your week, Sasha?
My week was awesome.
Excellent.
Really nothing to report kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's like that, eh?
I did all of my Christmas shopping already. I did it all on Amazon, and so it all has been delivered,
Wow.
And
isn't that a great feeling when it all arrives? You got it wrapped?
Yeah.
Amazon wraptified it for you?
No, I wrapped it
you
myself.
Wrapped it.
But as soon as it arrives, I take it out of the box, and then I wrap it and put it under the tree, so it's all done.
Nice. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, kind of done now. Now I'm just waiting for Christmas so I can unwrap the ones that are for me.
Now you can sit back and eat all the candy.
That's right.
Speaking of Amazon, just want to say, hey, thank you to everybody who's been doing Christmas shopping through our partner links. It's such a cool way to support Category 5 TV. All you have to do is go to our website, Category5.tv, click on Support Us, and you'll see Shop with our partners. And what's cool about that is it doesn't cost you anything extra. You're going to shop online anyways. I mentioned Amazon as one example, but we're also partnered with other shops, like ThinkGeek is another great one, GearBest, eBay, and a bunch of other ones as well. But just so you folks are aware, it is December has been unbelievable. So we feel so blessed here. We are a group of volunteers, and we do have to pay rent and internet service and replace defective hardware and upgrade hardware where needed. All these kinds of things are all expenses that we have to deal with, even though we actually are volunteers here. So as you shop through those links, a portion of each sale goes to doing those things. Paying the rent is our biggest monthly expense. And December has pretty much covered our January rent, so we're ahead of the game.
Thank you.
So just want to say thank you very, very much for those of you who are doing that. Such a cool way to support the shows that you love here at Category 5, and we appreciate that. We are giving away a copy of Dead Effect 2 VR.
Yes.
Actually, multiple copies.
Yes. And I will win them all.
He's got claims on it.
Have you entered to win?
No, they won't let me because I have something to do with the show. I don't know. Just change the rules.
I don't know how.
Well, you do enter to win by emailing contest@category5.tv. Let us know how you're watching the show. You can put some questions, comments, thoughts, anything in the email, or just let us know you're watching from. That will get you entered in. Your name will get drawn. We have a winner this week.
Ooh, what?
Yes! This week's winner is
Jeff! Oh!
No.
Way to go! Yay! Oh.
This week's winner is Brian, who is watching on Roku 2 from Williams Lake, BC, Canada.
Nice!
Awesome.
Hey, congrats, Brian. Now, Dead Effect 2 VR is a Steam game, so we'll email you a promo code that allows you to download that absolutely free. It is a crazy shooter in space.
Yes.
Yeah, you've seen our review on the show.
Game.
It's crazy. So I hope you enjoy. Have some fun. Keep it away from the kids. Give them bad dreams.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, but have fun with that. And again, as Sasha mentioned, send an email to contest@category5.tv if you'd like to participate in that draw. Another way you can support the show is on Patreon. We've got a couple of new patrons this week, and really exciting kind of evolution of our Patreon profile is, does anybody know?
Is it the vlog?
Yes.
Yeah, I got one right.
He got it. So Patreon, our Patreon profile at Category 5, it's Category 5 on Patreon. So if you do like patreon.com/category5, you'll see us. But if you are a patron, you've got access to our behind the scenes vlog. So there have been 2 episodes so far. We're kind of showing you behind the scenes how the show is put together. Not just this show, but all of our broadcasts. And we're going to take you on a tour, take you on all kinds of neat things. You're going to get to see our actual web server. You're going to get to see things like our places of employ and how our day-to-day is. So all these kinds of things are just going to be kind of going on. It's a vlog, so it's a lot of fun for us because it's a chance for us to just like pull out our smartphones and film something that you can enjoy as a bit of a behind-the-scenes look into our real lives. So that's pretty cool. So that's something that we've brought out for patrons this week. Just as a little bit of a thanks so that you can see some cool stuff behind the scenes. Again, it's patreon.com/category5 if you'd like to support us in that way. If you're not familiar with Patreon, you go check it out and it'll show you how it works, but it's pretty cool. So we've got to take a really quick break, and when we come back, we're going to actually be showing you a couple of gizmos that are going to help you keep your devices charged, because we know that you've got some devices that are going to be under the tree this year, and we all got to think about those batteries. So stick around. We're going to show you some really cool gizmos that you want to add to the stockings. We'll be right back.
Whether you shop on ThinkGeek, GearBest, B&H Photo Video, eBay, or Amazon, or even if you want a free trial of Audible, you'll find the best deals and support the shows we produce by simply visiting the shopping sites you already frequent by using the links on our website. Visit category5.tv/partners for the full and ever-growing list, and help us create more free content like this show. Thank you for shopping with our partners, and thank you for watching.
Welcome back. This is Category 5 Technology TV. Now, 'tis the season. We've all got some cool stuff going under the tree. We got to start thinking about how we're going to keep our devices charged, how all of those gadgets and gizmos are going to have battery power tonight.
Juice.
Yeah, tonight we're going to show you 3 different devices that are going to help you achieve that. These are great things to throw into people's stockings and great things just to have around the house as well. So let's get a look at what we have here for you tonight. So first up, now we all have devices that use AA and AAA batteries. I've got some AA's here.
But those aren't regular AA's.
No, there is something really unique about these ones, Jeff.
They have monster eyelashes?
They do. Adorable. They're fun for the kids, right?
Right.
They've got to be fun for the kids. We like nickel metal hydride batteries because 1, they carry a good solid amount of juice, but 2, they are able to be recharged over and over and over again. And with the caveat that we do want you to, when it comes time to get rid of them, don't throw them in the trash because that would be bad for the environment. How these can be good for the environment is you use them, charge them, use them over and over again, and then e-waste them, recycle them. Your city may have like an e-waste program that will help with that because nickel metal hydrides can be bad for the environment if they end up in the landfill. They do have some chemicals in them that are not good for the earth. So that said, these particular batteries can be charged up to 500 times. So you consider, for about maybe $1 more than what you're paying for your standard AA batteries. It's really not a lot of money to spend. You're getting rechargeable batteries. So, hey, that's cool. We've all got rechargeable batteries. We've all got our nickel metal hydride charger. So what makes these ones special, Jeff?
Well, I'm noticing on the package that it shows a micro USB.
It does have a micro USB picture on the package. You are right. Oh, and I'm just noticing that the package is green, so it's translucent on our chroma key set.
Oh, look at that! Special batteries.
I'll try to.
But no. So these are USB charging batteries.
You're right. Let's get a look. Okay, folks. Let's see if I can get in there. Oh, they always do this to me. What do we see? USB cable. So with these ones, what's neat, now these are standard nickel metal hydride AA batteries. These ones are 1,000 milliamp hours, and the AAAs are 450 milliamp hours. These batteries, as you can see there is in fact a USB micro port. Now, they can be charged in a standard charger. So if you have a nickel metal hydride charger already, great. You can plug these into that and it will charge them just as a normal rechargeable battery. But sometimes, if you're traveling or whatever, you probably don't always think to bring your charger, or it might be a little bit clunky, or maybe it's just not convenient, or it just makes sense to have something a little more convenient. So these batteries, once they're used up and they come fully charged, they come with a USB micro cable, and this cable, as you can see, has 2 micro ends on it. And you can, in fact, if you'd like, you can buy a separate cable from the same company. It's
so you charge
Smart
all
Tools,
4?
And this one has 4 on it, which is kind of cool too, because I can use this for my phone as well. It's USB micro, it's universal, right?
Right.
So all I have to do to charge these with no battery charger handy is I actually can just plug the batteries directly into the cable and then plug this into any USB device, like a computer or a wall wart, my phone charger, whatever it is, and then that will charge the batteries for me.
See, that is amazing. Now, I mean, these are AA's.
Yeah.
But you can also get it in AA's.
That's right.
What about C's and D's?
This particular brand model are only available in A and
double A. Okay.
Pardon me, AA and AAA.
Okay.
I haven't yet seen the technology in the larger batteries. I would guess, Jeff, that that's because as soon as you get into D, you're looking at like how many milliamp hours would you have to have?
I have no clue.
A lot, right? You consider that a AA has about twice as many milliamps as a AAA.
All I know is
and they're
that
not twice as big.
All I know is that my kid's Christmas set train that goes around the tree requires 8 Ds.
Well,
and it's
to their advantage.
Expensive to buy new ones because that sucker runs out of juice after about 8 hours.
So no, really?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you can get standard D nickel metal hydride batteries. Sure.
Yeah.
But these are different because they have the charging mechanism built into them, Jeff.
Right.
You have to imagine a D. I'm not even sure if it would be possible.
Okay,
just because you lose, there's the charging mechanism taking up about, a couple centimeters or half an inch. And then this is the actual battery cell itself.
Right.
From here to here. So with a D cell, you're looking at a lot more milliamp hours. I think you'd as a manufacturer. I'm just guessing.
Right.
I'm not a battery manufacturer.
So I might have missed it, but roughly how many times can you charge these?
500.
500 times?
500 per battery. Yeah.
And so at the 500 mark, is there any indicator that it's just not?
Well, with any rechargeable battery, nickel metal hydrides are perfect example, but nickel metal hydrides are basically, when I say that, they're better rechargeable batteries. So we used to use nickel cadmium,
yes,
which would not hold a very good charge. They didn't have a lot of milliamp hours, and when they depleted, they would just die. Nickel metal hydride operate more like an alkaline battery in that when they deplete, so when they start to run out of juice, they have a little bit of a curve to their depletion. So they start to lose power. So in a flashlight, as a perfect example, your flashlight would go dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. So you start to see, oh, my flashlight is running low. I need to plug those in.
Right.
Whereas with a nickel cadmium, your light just will stop turning on.
See, what I love about these is because they are just like your AA, you can use them in anything. I mean, we've got our Wii remotes.
Wii remotes are a perfect example. My kids eat batteries in those things.
Oh, it's crazy.
And they're always asking me for more. Now I can just say, plug in your batteries.
And the other thing I found with we also have the balance board for the Wii, but we don't use it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And what I hate is when the batteries explode.
They explode.
Happens all the time where you get that acid leak.
Right.
Because, you might go a couple of months where you're not using it, and sometimes the kids don't think to pull the batteries. So are these going to have the acid leak?
Any battery, if left in a device that is...
So these could still have that?
Oh, any battery will, Jeff. Yeah.
All right.
Anytime you're going to store something, you're going to see this in the manual of any electronic device. Anytime you're going to store something and not use it for an extended amount of time, like a month or more, you need to get those batteries out of there.
Yeah.
If you don't want to take them out and store them separately, you can just slip a piece of cardboard in between the contacts just to stop them from being able, because otherwise you've got a constant flow of electricity. Electricity is always moving.
Yes.
So as soon as you've got a circuit, which is in the Wii pedestal thing, it's going to continually draw a little bit of juice, but not enough to power the thing. So then they're going to explode eventually. So that would be the case with any battery. So
my daughter
we learned a lot here tonight.
I know, but just because they've got the monster mouth.
Yeah.
I thought they were eyelashes, but no, it's a monster mouth.
It's a monster mouth.
My daughter would love these. She would just. I might just have to buy some. Throw them in her stocking. And by the way, if you want them, cat5.tv/smart tools.
And I'm going to tell you, it's a little bit of a weird way that they spell their company name. Smart Tools. Smart Tools.
So 3 O's.
Or think smart and then 3 O's. LS. There you go. Go to cat5.tv/smart tools. You'll be able to pick those up, which are perfect for your stocking. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a really quick break. When we come back, we've got a couple more devices that are going to help you charge devices that use USB in order to charge.
All right.
So stick around. We'll be right back.
Operation Christmas Child is one of the great stories that's unfolding in our lifetime.
We are only seeing just the beginning of this project. And these children will change the world.
Welcome back. This is Category 5 Technology TV, and tonight we're learning of some devices that are going to help us charge our devices that we've got under the tree. Because, hey, here's the thing, Jeff. Have you, just to put this out there, and maybe Sasha, you can answer this too.
Right.
Has anyone here bought any electronic gadgets or gizmos as Christmas gifts for someone else this year?
Yes.
That need to be charged?
I have to remember what I bought.
Yes.
Let me check my Amazon order receipts.
I think everything that I purchased was non-electric.
What?
You know what? I have
Except for
definitely
my
bought
pie.
something that now I'm thinking, I don't know if it requires batteries. Like,
That's something you need to figure out.
It's wrapped and under the tree now, so I have to go
not
back into my
Sasha.
Amazon orders and
Books
look at
don't need batteries.
But Kindle
it's for
do.
Dave.
So
Yeah.
that's not the answer that I was expecting from my team.
Well, see,
no.
here's the
But
thing.
from you,
Here's the thing. We were looking for specific items for Christmas. That's what we purchased, and they were all just they just happened. The conglomerate that we bought at that time for the Cyber Monday was just non-electronic stuff. There's still shopping to be done.
I've got lots of electronic gizmos for my kids.
Of course you do.
And I have this philosophy that, anything that has wires, I need to be careful about buying that for my wife, because that's just it's like a little thing to remember.
Yep.
But here's the thing. So I have a smartphone. I have a tablet. Becca has a smartphone. The kids have like a shared smartphone that they use for games and creating stick-bot animations and things like that. And we are now at that point where, okay, we've got wall warts all over the place. All over the place. Even to the point where it gets frustrating because some of our electrical outlets are switched. So someone will come into the room and turn off the light switch, and my daughter's phone will stop charging. Right? Like, that's where we're at. So wouldn't it be nice if, as you think about, these gifts that you've got under the tree this year, and maybe you're just already at that point where you've all got all different devices and you need to be able to charge them, where it would be really nice to have one docking station that would charge everything.
Oh, that would be so amazing. I would actually have plugs again.
What if I told you, Jeff? Because this is, I have to sound like an infomercial because that's what YouTube tells me I am. What if I told you, Jeff, that we've got one that slices and dices? No, Jabiz.
I would say, show me.
Yeah, I know, right? Jabiz has brought out the Q7, and this one, there's the infomercial voice. The Q7 as we open the box. No, the Q7 is pretty outstanding, Jeff. It's got Qualcomm Quick Charge 2.0.
Okay, how many? Is that 6 ports?
That's 6 ports. Can I turn this into an unboxing? I'm going to actually open this up for you folks. Ooh. Okay, first thing that I notice is this squiggly thing, which is in fact...
Is that the technical term?
Yeah, the squiggly thing. Now, keep in mind, folks, because I've seen some of the Amazon reviews, that this is not the main selling point of the device. But it is a pretty cool little stand that you can stand up a couple of phones and maybe a tablet just to keep them.
Okay.
It's just a little bit more organized than having them all laying out on the table.
Right.
Okay. Now, a couple of Amazon reviews are saying, oh, well, the stand is a little bit flimsy. Not the selling point.
It's a stand, though.
This is the stand. Okay.
Plus,
comes with it. It's a bonus. It's worth 50 cents, and it is what it is. Let's look at the actual device. What do you think? Ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to set this cheap little flimsy stand over here, which actually is pretty good, but it is what it is. It's not the selling point. Here is the selling point, my friends. This is a Q7 from Jabiz. And this device has what? AC input. Ooh. We're talking, this is not like a USB hub. This is not sharing many, scanners into your computer. This is specifically plug it in and start charging your devices.
Okay.
Now, you already noticed, Jeff, that we've got 6 ports. Now, you'll notice the discoloration of the top one.
Yes.
This is a 10-watt port. All the rest of them are 40-watt ports. Now, the device itself, the Q7, will do up to 50 watts simultaneously. So what that means is if you plug in several devices, it's going to share the wattage with many different devices. So keep in mind, 10 watts, this top port, is about what you get with like an iPad charger.
Yeah, okay.
2 amps or so.
Yep.
So all of these are actually 4 times the power as far as wattage goes. And they have, what did I mention at the top here? Quick charge. What that means is that in about 15 minutes time, you're going to be able to charge your phone. If it's got that quick charge feature, you're going to be able to charge your phone and get about 8 hours battery life with just a 15-minute charge.
15 minutes, really?
Yeah. It's
wow.
awesome. So the other thing, so you think, okay, well, I've got a couple of old phones and I've got a couple of new things. I've got an iPad or a tablet or something. My iPad has quick charge. My phone does not. What happens if I plug them all in together? Now, it has some safety features. Maybe we can kind of just go over a couple of those, Jeff, because I've listed them out. So safety features go.
Okay.
Oh, you're not going to take it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said...
I'm like hinting. Jeff, come on. Help me out here, man. I even gave you a printout.
Okay, so here's the... I was slightly distracted by the ticker feed on the newsroom. Or not the newsroom.
Oh, down below you can actually... This is the first night that we've ever been able to see you, chat room.
Yeah.
Obvious.
I feel like this is like an infomercial or something where I'm intentionally...
It is exactly like an infomercial. Right, YouTube? Right?
Okay, so what am I talking about?
The Pie Killer. The Q7 from Jabiz.
All right,
which may actually power a Raspberry Pi 3.
Okay, where
Protects against overcharging.
Thank you, Sasha.
Overcurrents.
If you've got overheating,
short-circuiting, and overvoltage. So it's got you covered, actually.
It's got you covered. And if you plug in multiple different devices that are drawing different amperage, it will actually automatically adjust the ports as you plug them in.
Right.
Instantaneously, and you charge everything all at once.
Now, I know that Jabiz does quality products, and so they've got all their certification, FCC and all that, correct?
This is 100% certified and guaranteed. So we've got ROHS, we've got CE, and we've got FCC certification on this. And if you're unhappy with it, they'll actually give you your money back. Feel that. It's actually kind of surprising.
That is solid.
Yeah.
See, as you were holding it up there, I'm looking at it going, right on my nightstand, and of course, anybody who cares about like waves when you sleep and how it affects you, they're going to be like, Jeff!
Electromagnetic stuff?
Yeah. Okay. But I'm sitting there going, okay, there's my work phone, my personal phone, my tablet, my House of Marley headphones.
Yeah, all in one fell swoop.
And my my watch. I'm thinking,
there you go.
Because I've got a power bar, plus all these cables.
Oh, wow.
This would be so much nice.
Are you using a bunch of wall warts for that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just cables everywhere. It's brutal.
That's exactly the same setup I have. A power bar with all different chargers on them, and then I plug them in.
This will be amazing.
And
you guys see how clean that is?
Yeah, my phone is a quick charge, so, I mean, that speaks to me completely.
There you go. So imagine, there you go. The feature is there. I mean, it is what it is. It's a very simple product from a promotional standpoint, you know, what I can tell you about it, but it works. It's great. In the box... Beyond that, let's see, we've got, now this is the American style AC adapter. Of course, you can get the UK different adapter as well. And there you go.
Oh, and the straps for holding your cables
look at that.
together.
It's even got some cable like wraps or whatever to kind of keep everything nice and neat. So they've thought of it all. I mean, it is what it is, and it's fantastic.
Now, this is just a 6-port charger. It's not a battery.
It's not a hub. It's not. No, it's not a battery. It does not do anything like that. It is strictly something that you would plug in, and it gives you power.
Right.
Yeah. But as I mentioned, you could power a Raspberry Pi or 6 of them with this. Definitely 5, because we've got the 540 watt ports there.
Blow it up.
It might be a fun experiment. Let's see how many Raspberry Pis we can power with that. That would be kind of neat.
See, and right in my head, I'm starting to think like multiplicity. I'm picturing a power bar with all these plugged in and just devices.
Ooh, we're going to make a server farm of Raspberry Pi 3s. All right, so now you mentioned, while we were looking at the Q7, Jeff, you mentioned your watch.
Yes.
And you just got back from a trip in the States where you were out in the good old outdoors.
Yes.
How were you charging your watch?
Actually, I brought it with me, so I charge it every night in the room. But
so you were not roughing it.
No.
I'm picturing like a tent.
No.
Oh, you had a cabin with electricity.
A hotel.
Oh, a hotel.
It wasn't
with a jacuzzi shaped like a heart.
No. But I'm not. Yeah, no. It just
okay. So moot point. But as you're going camping, or maybe you're in the plane, or wherever else where you may not have a place to charge your stuff.
Okay, but this was an issue because while I was in the forest, sitting in my stand, I had an audiobook that was quietly playing in one of my earbuds on my phone.
Oh, okay.
So my phone, like,
oh yes,
yeah. Pain in the butt.
So, of course, now we've looked at Jabee's products in the past. We've looked at their earbuds. We had a set on, a couple sets on a couple weeks ago. You saw those on our show.
And a couple of years ago, we had the amplifiers.
Yeah. Amp sound. And with those, one of the things that we've mentioned on the show is how I love how Jabee's makes cases that automatically charge their earbuds when you put them in.
Yes.
So Jabee's heard us talking about that and how much we love these cases and the fact that they can be charged, your stuff can be charged as you're storing it in this safety pouch. And so they said, well, let's do something a little different for those of you like Robbie who perhaps are not necessarily in the market to buy new earbuds because maybe you've already got some.
Right, okay.
And let's introduce our case to those folks. So along comes Jabee's 4Charge. This is fantastic, folks. The simplest little thing, but everything that we love about Jabee's charging solutions.
Classic Jabee's case. Love this case.
Rock solid. There you go. It's got a USB input on the case. Now, keep in mind that that means that you can charge the case. All right. So now you're going to be carrying this in your pocket or wherever in your bag. Yeah, in your purse. What a great idea that is. And then you can actually charge any USB micro device.
That's awesome.
Or it features a USB port for other devices if maybe it's not USB micro.
No
you
way.
Want to charge it as well. It's 1,000 milliamp hours, and I can just take my earbuds that I already own, so these are not Jabee's earbuds, and plug those in.
Okay.
Just as you would with any charger cable, and then just tuck them into the case.
Okay, now I noticed that you also have your SJ cam. So,
and it's charging.
Okay,
That's
so
perfect.
you're charging your headphones.
Yeah.
Can you plug another cable in at the same time for your
Yes. Jeff,
so you
good
can have
question.
dual charging.
Yes, it does have dual charging. So here's my SJ Cam SJ5000X. This is my action cam with 4K. So now I can take this, and now it even included an extra USB micro cable.
Okay.
And can plug that into my SJ Cam. Plug that into the extra charging port. And now I've got this portable battery pack that not only keeps my stuff safe. There, the SJ Cam just fired up, charging mode. So it keeps my stuff safe, like my earbuds or other small device. I was thinking, Jeff, about your smartwatch,
yes,
for example.
Yeah, it would fit in perfectly.
It would fit perfectly. So
yeah, like, look at that.
You could actually just put it in there and keep it charged. Now, the one caveat or the one disappointment, if you will, if I had one, is that had Jabee's made this case just a little bit bigger,
right,
I could have charged. I could have charged my SJ Cam and kept it closed.
As
now,
it stands, it'll fit in there not charging.
You're
correct?
right. No, absolutely, Sasha.
Okay.
So I could, in fact, put my SJ Cam, once it's charged, I could use it as a case for that and close it up. That's fine.
Okay.
But it's just shy of enough room to charge my SJ Cam while it's in the case.
See, so
that?
if they had a cable that maybe had a flat end, that would be
could work.
perfect.
Yeah. Or if it was just a little bit bigger, that's how it looks with an SJ Cam. And it would be the same with a GoPro or something like that. So for those of you who are thinking, hey, that'd be great for a GoPro, you're right. Absolutely, this case, Jabee's 4Charge is perfect for that. However, you're not going to be able to charge it and close it at the same time. You're going to have to pop that up, plug it in, and just kind of leave it sitting like that to charge.
Right. Seeing it.
But some of the
zippers up from that side there. I was going to say if the zipper went here, at the very least,
it's not going to happen. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried, but I love it. I love it for my earbuds, and I do love that it will charge other devices, even if they're a little bit too big to fit in there, or even your phone or something like that. It's great. You can pick one of these up at cat5.tv/4charge, and that's the number 4. Awesome. Check those out. So great little devices for your stockings, for any of these smart devices that you're going to be putting under the tree this year. I think you definitely need to look at some new ways to charge your stuff. Otherwise, you've got that power bar with a bunch of wall warts, and it's taken a lot of juice. That works a lot better.
So yeah, pick these up now. That way you've got them for the road trip, to grandma's house, for the holidays. Kids.
Perfect.
Yep, you're good.
They also could count as like an extra present, right? I mean,
Absolutely,
when I was a kid,
Do
my
you have a
parents
limit
would
on
actually.
presents?
Well, no,
Who needs extra?
no, but
There's
it'll
no limit.
look so great and be functional, right? So it's going to be a great thing to open under the tree. My parents used to give me something and then also wrap the batteries, right? But this is something where you can actually give this as a gift. You give that to Becca, right? And
certainly it's more exciting than a pack of AA batteries that are just normal batteries.
Exactly, and I love it.
Cool.
Stylish and powerful.
Ooh. That's the new slogan. There you have it.
Who, for us or
For
Jimmies?
just any device that we review. It's a stunning and powerful Raspberry Pi killer.
Stunning and powerful mugs.
All right, Sasha, are you ready if we head over to the news? Because I know we've got some great stories we want to cover tonight. And make sure you stick around and get into the chat room. It's Category 5 on Freenode. Nice to see you folks down there. That's kind of cool.
Very active chat tonight.
I am ready. Here are the stories we're covering this week in the Category 5.tv newsroom. Google has released an AI toolkit for the Raspberry Pi. Thanks to new regulations, cell phone unlocking is now free in Canada. A ridiculously dangerous bug in macOS was fixed quickly, but unfortunately comes right back after a software update. And Facebook Messenger is coming to preteens. Should parents be concerned? These stories are coming right up. Don't go anywhere.
Jeff Weston,
Yeah, man.
you're building a brand new, beautiful website.
What?
Aren't you?
No. Am I?
Oh, you're a terrible actor.
What?
This is where acting comes into play.
Oh, I didn't know we were acting.
You're supposed to act.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, I'm building a really cool website. Are you building a really cool website? Just because Jeff is confused doesn't mean you have to be. Visit cat5.tv/dreamhost to sign up for unlimited web hosting for your website with unlimited email accounts, MySQL databases, the latest version of PHP, WordPress, and more, and even a free domain name registration. It's less than $6 per month, so sign up today. cat5.tv/dreamhost.
This is the Category 5.tv newsroom, covering the week's top tech stories with a slight Linux bias.
I'm Sasha Rickman, and here are the top stories we're following this week. Google has announced the AIY Vision Kit, opening up a new way for Raspberry Pi users to access its AI tools. The kit comprises a low-power Intel Movidius MA2450 circuit board and computer vision software that can be connected onto an existing Raspberry Pi computer and camera modules. The circuit board provides the ability to run neural networks on the device rather than having to add on an external source for processing the data or using a cloud processing system. The software includes access to 3 neural network models, one to recognize objects, one to recognize faces and human facial expressions, and a third that can identify the difference between a human, a cat, and a dog. Google said its AIY Vision Kit could be used for a whole range of applications, including identifying plants and the individual species, monitoring where your dog is in your home, seeing when your car left the driveway, and recognizing emotion, for example, whether your guests like your home decor. This is the second product released in the AIY line by Google. Its AIY Voice Kit was released in May and enables Raspberry Pi developers to build a standalone voice recognition system using Google Assistant. Users can also add their own voice recognition and natural language processing to projects. So, that's good. I like it.
Sounds cool. Now, first of all, I'm kind of giggling over here because I hate to grammar police my own newsroom.
What'd I do?
No, you didn't do anything. But we said in the story that it will recognize humans, cats, and dogs. And I thought immediately of it looking at a plant and thinking, what on earth is that?
That is true.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Could you imagine, though, being able to create your own artificial intelligence based on this?
Right.
So we've got Raspberry Pi, we've got all the technology available at our fingertips at an affordable price.
But see, the one thing about this story that I'm struggling with a little bit is the fact that it's about recognizing emotions.
In humans.
Is this not like a privacy violation? Like if somebody comes over to your house, it's like, hey, come on over for coffee. And they come over and they're like, oh, I love your walls. Suddenly your Raspberry Pi programmed AI.
Liar.
It's now like listening to your conversation and creating a bit of a profile of like. Is that not violating privacy?
Toolkit, though.
Yeah, I feel like not really. Isn't your phone always listening to you anyhow?
Yeah,
I firmly believe it is.
Could it? Now, just to put a medical, helpful, cool idea used for technology, could it help someone with Asperger's if that was the case?
Right.
Okay.
Right?
I mean,
just putting that out there.
Truthfully, it could help with a myriad of different health problems in the fact that now it's watching. If it can watch where your dog is in the house, it can watch where your elderly parent is in the house. If they have, Alzheimer's and they wander,
Right.
So,
but backing up again, remember this is a toolkit. So this is something that we can develop our own technology based on the toolkit that's made available. So now I can create my own robot that can kind of, interact with me and my kids.
Could you create a lie detector?
Yeah, maybe.
As well as could I look you in the eyes and determine that you're lying? They say what is it if they look to the right or something like that?
Yeah, facial tells. But that's Okay, but here's what suddenly I'm having this like brainwave. I feel like there needs to be a little light bulb graphic above my head. We should do this as a project on a show and have the AI just listen to our shows every week.
Yeah.
To start developing as an assistant for us.
What a great idea!
There you go.
Just to see how it turns out.
I sense from Robbie's emotions that he would like another coffee.
Or the next news story.
Right. Wow. Effective immediately, cell phone unlocking is now free in Canada. Prior to this, carriers such as Rogers, TELUS, and Bell could charge you $50 to unlock your phone. That's no longer the case. On top of that, devices must also be sold unlocked as well. So, why should you care? It's simple. If your device is unlocked, you can take it to any carrier and get service for it, which means if your current carrier isn't meeting your needs, is too expensive, or has horrible customer service, you can go elsewhere easier. On top of that, you can switch phones at will without being forced into a new plan. The change also means that when you go overseas, you can use a local SIM card at a much lower price rather than be charged by your cell phone carrier for expensive roaming services. All of this is great for the consumer, but likely bad news for cell phone providers, as they will now have to up their game if they want to retain customers.
I love this.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because for the longest time, my wife and I were subscribers to a certain cell phone provider, and their customer service suddenly became incredibly crappy. So we went to switch. Thankfully for my wife, she was at the end of her contract. She could just sign up for a new one. I had just signed a contract 6 months earlier. So it cost me $50 to get out.
Right.
And I was like, yeah.
That's a whole other can of worms when you start looking at contracts. But here's the thing, Jeff. What got you into that contract? The new phone.
It was the new phone.
The new phone.
But see, if it was unlocked, I wouldn't need a contract.
Right.
Because I could just find that phone already unlocked, maybe online or something, and then just go to my carrier and be like, hey, I would like to sign up. Like this potentially could result in a lot of people not doing contracts because they already have an unlocked phone.
I'll give you an example of how this benefits someone like myself.
Okay.
So I have my phone.
Yes, you do.
Which I unlocked. So I bought the unlock code for this phone because at that time it was not free. It was commercial.
Yep.
And then I unlocked it myself. So I can do that, or I could go to my service provider and have them do it and pay them to do it. They do it so that you'll switch to them with a phone from a competitor, right?
Yes.
So in my case, I've unlocked this phone and I buy pay-as-you-go service because I don't use my cell phone like at all. It's for emergencies and for like if the alarm goes off kind of thing.
Right.
So that's just me. So I use Magic Jack at home. So I've got like I can call anywhere in the world for free kind of thing, at least North America. So with this, I've got such cheap service. It's $6.25 a month.
Right.
And it gives me everything that I need because I only use Wi-Fi and phone service. So I'm not cheap. I'm just frugal.
Right.
And then when I go to the cottage, so this happens, I go to the cottage and we want internet service. Well, my $6.25 service does not have internet for me. So what I do is I take the SIM card out and I go down to the local ISP and I get a pay-as-you-go internet
Right.
service.
Okay, right. Because you couldn't do
costs-
that if it was locked.
That's right. Different provider, right? So then they sell me that. It's $10 for the chip, for the SIM card.
Right.
I pop it in here. Now, if I had a dual SIM phone, I could just have it in at all times and just use it whenever I need it. But then pop it in, and I've got LTE internet.
Yeah. Dave and I have an unlock phone we bring to Jamaica.
There you go.
Right?
Yes.
It makes sense.
And do you buy a SIM card while you're there, or do
Yes,
you buy
we
like
buy a SIM card in Jamaica. Yeah, and I mean, many people do that, and now it'll just be easier. We had to pay to unlock the phone as well, but now,
Right.
now they have to for free, which actually will up everybody's game, I think, for customer
I hope
service,
so, yeah.
because now that'll be how you win customers.
Wouldn't it be neat if we lived in a world where you had to provide good customer service in order to get customers?
I will
and maintain them.
I will say my cell phone company, which I will not name, but controversially, like, most people don't like them, and I love them. They give me great
Oh, yeah.
service. I wouldn't switch from them even if I had the freedom to, which I don't because I'm locked into a
I think
contract.
with any cell phone company, you're going to have those who love it and those who hate it
Yeah.
because they're huge, right? They're like here in Canada, we've got like Rogers, Bell, TELUS.
Plus all their
Maybe
subsidiaries.
you could say Fido's like Rogers, and
Yeah.
you know you've got all this kind of stuff going on. But realistically, there are only a couple of major providers, so.
And pretty much, I think Bell and Rogers own most of the towers. So
Right.
even the
Yeah,
subsidiaries
absolutely.
have to pay rental fees and stuff. I'm hoping that in the end, this somehow drops the price of cell phone plans because of the competition aspect, because they are unlocked. Because, like, I just got a text today about my cell phone. My wife and I, $218 for the month. And that's no overages. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder, though, you'll have to buy your phone outright, right?
You
that's
might,
the way,
but
that's the way it's going to work.
Now, we were with a particular provider, and we were with them for a few years, and we weren't generally happy with the service because at the cottage there was no signal and this kind of stuff.
Right.
But they did have a rewards program. So with that rewards program, at the end of our contract, we said, okay, what are our options? Now we have all these reward points, we could buy a new phone with no new contract. So we bought a new LG phone using our points. I think we had to pay like a $25 service fee for the, like, just to, they have to charge something kind of thing.
like the hookup.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't even get the hookup. I just bought the phone, and it would cost me $25 for the a $200 phone. So I used my points and I got it, and then I bought the unlock code.
Right.
I unlocked it and I put it on pay as you go.
That's perfect.
So imagine if you could use those points at a provider who cannot lock that phone, and so you get it unlocked anyways. So now it's just, it gives the consumer an unbelievable amount of freedom that we can now we as the users can choose, you know, what phone we use, where we use it. I can buy a Show Me phone if I want to, and I can use it on any of my providers, and you know, or I can buy the one that the provider's selling if they've got a promotion.
now, this
They've
is
got to be more competitive now.
this is a Canadian story in that this is new to Canada. Are we ahead of or behind the rest of the countries? Do most countries offer unlocking for free or discounted price?
Good question. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to find out.
Comment below.
Well,
let us know. Maybe
the
see-
Foo's just
is the
saying
chat
in the
room-
chat that the rules changed in Chile in October.
What about the U.S. and
Australia.
overseas?
Yeah.
Australia has this issue with the cockatoos. I know.
I'm never going to forget that. Every time I see a bird, I'm like,
That was a great story.
So let us know. Yeah, we'd be interested. Comment below, or if you're watching live, you can comment on the feed right there in the IRC channel.
Yeah.
What about your country? Are you having to pay to unlock your phone? And what kind of freedom does an unlocked phone give to you?
Now, a comment came in last week. Brittany Marie was asking about specifically a root security bug in Mac, and we did,
Jeff and I said we were going to talk about it.
Yeah, we never did.
and
never did.
Here it is.
We're making good, buddy.
That's right. The serious and surprising root security bug in macOS High Sierra is back for some users shortly after Apple declared it fixed. The root bug discovered last week allows anyone to log in or authenticate as a system administrator on systems running Mac OS High Sierra. In many circumstances, all they need to do is simply type the username root and leave the password field blank. The bug is so serious that it drew an uncharacteristically strong apology from Apple, which said its customers deserve better. After Apple released a patch for the initial bug, some users quickly discovered that the security update caused file sharing functionality to break. Apple, in turn, released a new version of the security update that addressed that issue. Now, within just a few days, this initial wrinkle has been discovered. Users who had not installed Mac OS 10.13.1 and thus were running a prior version of the OS when they received the security update found that installing 10.13.1 resurfaced the bug.
Oh.
Yeah, and for these users, the security update can be installed again. In fact, it would be automatically installed at some point after updating to the new version of the operating system. However, the bug is not fixed in that case until the user reboots their computer. Many users do not reboot their computer for days or even weeks at a time, and Apple's support documentation did not at first inform users that they needed to reboot. So some people may have been left vulnerable without realizing it. The documentation has been updated with the reboot step now.
What is this, Windows?
I don't understand. I reboot my computer all the time. Like I turn my computer off.
What operating system are you running?
Well, every single
What operating system are you running?
I run Windows, but I run
Didn't we
Linux
just get her
here,
Linux?
and I run.
Does it work?
Okay, but
gotcha.
The truth of the matter is, I always turn my computer off at the end of the day. Am I the only one who does that?
You're on Windows, Sasha. Well, I think Linux users, Mac users alike, we really are used to the fact that when we run updates, we do not have to generally reboot.
Right, yeah.
But even if you don't in that moment, don't you at the end of your usage period? Like, I feel like, doesn't it draw a lot of power just to have your computer just hanging out?
No, because I've got a 24-core dual CPU Xeon under my desk, and I've got it set to go into a suspended state when it's not in use. And when it's in that suspended state, it wakes on LAN and comes back with the movement of a mouse. So
yeah.
I don't ever have to turn off.
Why wouldn't you just turn it off?
Because then I got to wait for it to boot. And did I mention it is a 24-core dual CPU Xeon? The post alone takes a little while.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I just don't understand. I guess maybe just because it's me and I turn it off all the time. But
oh, sure.
Now, is Apple responsible because they didn't...
let's get back on track because we're focusing on the wrong thing here. Kind of digressing about rebooting our computers. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Apple did not tell people to reboot their computer after. So they acknowledged the fact that there was a problem. They did release a fix. They did not give people the last step. Are they now responsible for anybody who had possibly...
Were they responsible originally for the very bug that made it so people could log into their computer by just typing root with no password? Like, again, is this Microsoft Windows? No, it's not. You would expect better security from Mac. And I say that a little tongue-in-cheek, and people are saying, oh, why are you knocking Windows? With Windows, if you hit Control-Alt-Delete, type in administrator, and hit Enter, you will now be logged in as the administrator user.
Right.
So it's ridiculous. See, but that's how you can hack a computer.
I hear you ask the question, Sasha, like, is Apple responsible? Well, I guess to a certain degree, or maybe from a legal standpoint, the answer is yes. But I also feel like when it comes to computers, there should be a certain level of common sense. Like, you should always be aware. Like, it's a computer. It's not like it's a book. It's not like it's a can opener. It's a computer. There's a whole whack of personal information on there. You should be thinking security minded from the get-go. And so things like that, I feel like to really be told, hey, you've done an update, you should probably restart your computer, should, for most people, I mean, unless, like Robbie said, you're on Linux, should just be common sense.
Yeah.
But Mac OS is a Unix-based OS as well. Unix derivative. Yeah,
so, see, with my wife's computer, every time we do an update, and because she has a Mac, it says, this is a pop-up that says, and I don't know what operating system she's on. I think it's Snow Leopard or something. I don't know, but I don't touch the thing. But she always gets a
Mac OS snow cone.
She always gets a pop-up that says, it's recommended to restart the computer, and she does. But
right.
Would she, if she didn't get that pop-up, restart the computer?
I believe for my wife, she would.
Somehow we're back at rebooting.
I know.
I don't think it's the user's fault that Mac OS made it so that someone can sit down at their computer and log in as root without a password. Of course, this is not really going to affect home users, really. Right. But unless you've got SSH open. But if you are in a corporate environment, a bunch of Macs, or maybe you're just the graphic designer and you sit in front of a Mac, and all of a sudden, you come into work on a Monday and it says, I did some updates over the weekend, do you want to reboot? And you're like, no, I got to get to work, right?
Right.
And then Joe Schmo in the back finds out about this bug and comes up to your computer and logs in as root. And
well, but see, here's the thing. When Sasha was reading the story initially, I thought this was the workaround with Mac where you can go to the BIOS, I think it's called BIOS in Mac, and head to the terminal, and you can bring up a file, wipe out a line in the code, and that wipes out the passwords on your user accounts.
Sure.
Because I've had to do that on my wife's Mac. Something happened, the password didn't work, and she was locked out. And I spent 2 hours going, how do I get in this thing?
Yeah.
Finally, I looked up on a forum, and they're like, just do this, and you can bypass the security. That's what I thought this was.
This is so much more serious, because this is not CH rooting into an OS and going through all those steps where you've really got to be a pretty savvy user in order to do it. This is strictly typing in ROOT, enter.
And then enter. Yeah.
And now I have the ability to do anything on that computer.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a different case, because we think about two different levels. There's a real hacker or a really good savvy computer user, and the script kiddie who just wants to cause damage and found a way to be able to get root access to somebody's Mac.
Right.
So if you have this version of the operating system as a default, you buy your Mac, you get the
He's going to
disk.
say reboot.
No. Just be aware. Like, maybe put a sticky note on your package that came with your computer, so that if you ever have to do a factory reboot, you know that there's a vulnerability on that specific version of the operating system. Don't get caught in the future.
That's right.
Or just go to Linux.
Speaking of super savvy computer users, Facebook Messenger is coming to preteens. Strictly speaking, only those aged 13 and over are allowed to use Facebook. But the prevention methods are trivial, meaning more than 20 million under 13-year-olds are thought to be using the network. So on Monday, Facebook launched its first app tailored for young users. It's a ring-fenced network that needs parental approval before use and will not, the company has promised, be used to feed data for advertising. Messenger Kids is a simplified lockdown version of the messaging app that Facebook currently offers to those over 13. Lauren Cheng, product manager for Messenger Kids, said parents are increasingly allowing their children to use tablets and smartphones, but often have questions and concerns about how their kids use them and which apps are appropriate. If two children want to be friends on Messenger Kids, that friendship has to be approved by a parent for each child. Once confirmed to be safe, friends can do live video chat and send pictures and texts to each other. There will also be a library of kid-appropriate and specially chosen gifts, frames, stickers, masks, and drawing tools that lets them decorate content and express their personalities. Approved adults can also contact children through the app, but they will still get their messages through the normal Facebook Messenger app. Messenger Kids will, of course, collect data, the child's name, the content of the messages, and typical usage reports for how the app is used. Facebook will share that information with third parties, which must have data protection policies that comply with COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act in the U.S. Facebook has promised the data will not be used in any way to power grown-up Facebook. That's important. The obvious commercial benefit to this new app might be to target ads to parents based on what their kids are talking about, or use what was discussed in Messenger Kids to target ads at teens as they graduate into over 13 Facebook. Neither of these things will happen, Facebook said. The app doesn't know specifically how old the children signing up are, so users will not be prompted to move on to Facebook when they are old enough. If a child does decide to join full Facebook, it will be a brand new account with no data carried over from what was said on Messenger Kids. As YouTube found out when videos with disturbing content found their way onto YouTube Kids, trying to make a child safe space is difficult. A minority of people will always be looking for ways to get around protections. Messenger Kids is initially available in the US on iOS and will later come to other platforms. Wow. I don't have kids, but I'll tell you, this seems sort of scary territory for me.
One, I want Messenger Kids because it sounds like then I'm not going to have to deal with all the ads. What's to stop me from signing up?
You need parental consent.
Dad.
Well, I was thinking as I was even saying that, what if it's siblings? Does it have to be separate parents that allow children?
I think it's got to be just a password protection or something like that. So again, what would stop me from signing up, right?
You probably as a parent, I'm guessing, would have to like sign some sort of a waiver or you know, scroll past the thing that you don't actually read and then click a box that says yes, I'm the authorized guardian, something like that. But okay, so my kids are getting into messaging apps,
right?
And so I have spent hours upon hours searching, researching messenger apps. I'm looking for something that is going to have as minimal footprint on my kids as possible because I don't want them becoming a marketing gimmick. And I mean, I was listening, we were talking about podcasts, I think it was last week.
Yeah.
And I did listen to one podcast about a month and a half ago about Facebook's tracking algorithms. Their AI is so advanced that the creators of the AI for Facebook no longer understand what it does because it's surpassed their programming abilities with 57,000 categories. Like, if this is what Facebook does for the adult version, and they're saying, yes, we're going to collect all this information with the kids chat, but don't worry, we're not going to use... Yeah, I've just about said a bad word. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. There's like, what if it comes to UUIDs? Unique user ID. So maybe it doesn't transfer the data from the kid's Facebook Messenger to the adult, but are you still going to recognize the unique user ID? Is there still going to be device recognition to go, oh, so we're not tracking it, but we also know that this profile was created on that phone, and that phone now has an adult count, and boom, look at that. These two columns intersect. They've got the same name. Hey, guess what? We've now got to throw in all these categories.
Yeah, I think what's hard, too, is that we look at Facebook, and they do not give anything away for free.
No.
It's a free service, but data is a currency.
I am not on board with this. I'm sorry, Zuckerberg. Don't trust you as far as I can throw you. I don't buy it. My kids will not use this.
It's a hard thing because when we were kids, we'd pick up the phone and we'd make a call. These days, messaging applications, FaceTime, things like that, are what kids are using to communicate. Texting is a big one. When we were kids, our parents could hear one side of the conversation, so at least there was a little bit of a, oh, what are they talking about? Kind of like censorship from the parents kind of thing going on. Oh, you know, you got to wrap up the call. Where nowadays it's so intimate between the two kids that you don't really know what's going on.
Right.
It doesn't mention anything really about parents being able to monitor.
That would be ideal. If there was like sort of, you could gift your child like a segment, like a kid segment of your account in that they can communicate with their friends and you oversee and make sure that everything that's going on is appropriate, right? And not scary. That would be okay with me.
Yeah, I would be okay with mom and dad being Big Brother.
Yeah.
Not
but
Facebook
not just like random third parties.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Okay, Sasha.
Yeah.
You know how much I don't want your grandma to be replaced by that Gordon Ramsay robot kitchen?
Yeah.
I would rather see your grandma replaced by the Gordon Ramsay robot kitchen than let my kids use Facebook Messenger app.
I agree.
That's how passionate I am about this. The other
I can tell.
Facebook.
I've never gotten this fired up on
this side of my face.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But okay, here's the one thing that Facebook didn't talk about. They've got 27 different ad trackers that are built into various websites. So how is that data going to interact with the kids' messaging app if they're using it on a phone? There was nothing in the article about that saying we're not going to use the web ad trackers and how it's going to relate to the kids' messenger app. I think there's too many facets to this.
This is a conversation that is going to go on for a while.
I'm sorry. I'm like...
Comment below, folks. Let us know your thoughts. We'd love to hear them.
Yeah,
it's a big topic.
We need all your questions, comments, thoughts, and concerns on this one. We know Jeff's. We now need to know yours.
That heavy panting into the microphone.
You know, at least I've got one supporter. I noticed on the little chat ticker box, the Foo's like, Jeff's nailed it. So I've got one fan in a globe of 8 billion people.
No, I agree. But I don't have kids, so I don't agree as passionately as you agree.
He's very passionate, and as the producer of the show, I am very thankful once again for our compressors.
Sorry.
I would like to thank Roy W. Nash and our community of viewers for submitting stories to us this week. Thanks for watching the Category5.tv newsroom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all your tech news with a slight Linux bias. And for more free content, be sure to check out our website. From the Category5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Rickman.
Thank you, Sasha. This is Category 5 Technology TV. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time here, hey, check out our website. It's category5.tv. We'd love to have you as a part of our community. This is a free show available for you to watch on demand, on cable TV, on Roku, on Plex, on Kodi. But what we also do is we distribute the old episodes for you. If you want to download old seasons, you can actually download the BitTorrent files, and you'll be able to download the entire seasons of Category 5 TV. Now, this episode is 533.
Yes, 533.
533. Season 11. So there's a lot of old episodes, and not even old episodes, I say old, but past episodes that you can enjoy if you like what you see here on Category 5 TV. We'd love to have you as a part of it.
If you're watching this one as your first, there's 532 others.
Just like that. 500.
Good math.
Essentially, you know, we average about an hour or so per episode. So 500, and I love that it's easy math.
Yep.
532 hours.
How many hours are
for
in a
your
week?
Viewing pleasure.
Because that's when we'll see you again.
And we look forward to it. Next week is going to be a lot of fun. We've got more great products to review, and we're going to be checking out a brand new camera next week as well. We're going to be showing you how Category 5 looks behind a 4K camera. So you don't want to miss it.
Yes.
We'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye.